While exploring through this spring season, we have noticed that this year has been particularly good for spotting turtles. They seem to be everywhere this year, and if you guys have seen our previous video on these little shelled reptiles, then you'll know exactly what we're talking about. After finding many baby turtles on previous expeditions, we knew that it was only a matter of time before we got an adult individual in front of the cameras. While searching around a local pond, this goal of ours became a reality.
Oh my god! No
What is it? What do you got?
This is a little painted turtle.
Oh, excellent.
This is awesome. I can't wait to show this to you guys. Let's bring him over here and get started looking at the painted turtle.
All right, let's do it.
Now this is absolutely awesome, guys. This guy here is the eastern painted turtle. Now we actually see these guys pretty frequently, but I'm really happy to get her in front of the camera because we don't actually catch these guys all too often. Now the eastern painted turtle is found from around southern Canada, running down through a lot of the eastern seaboard of the United States as far as about the Carolinas, where their range overlaps with another subspecies, the southern painted turtle. Now these guys are absolutely awesome, and I wanted to talk a little bit about why they call them painted turtles. Now if you take a look right here at her carapace, which is the top of a turtle's shell, you'll notice that it's that kind of drab olive coloration. You really don't get a lot of painted to it. So a lot of people ask why they're called painted turtles. Well, if you flip over her shell and take a look at her plastron, which is the bottom of a turtle's shell, you'll notice all that beautiful coloration, that yellow on her belly there, and those red fringes that run all the way around her shell are what give these guys the name painted turtle. And if you take a look at her head, she's just kind of coming out to say hello here. You can see that beautiful green banding that runs all the way down her neck, and that makes these guys an absolutely iconic species.
Now, the eastern painted turtle will primarily inhabit areas of slow-moving water, such as ponds, swamps, and slow-moving creeks. Now, these guys are diurnal, meaning that they'll be active mostly during the day, and they'll be spending the majority of their time doing one of two things. They'll either be basking, collecting the sun's rays for heat, or foraging. Now these guys are what's called active hunters, meaning that rather than sitting and waiting for their prey to come to them, they'll be swimming around on the bottom of their aquatic ecosystem, actively looking for potential prey. Now, like most terrapin species, these guys are omnivorous, so they're going to be eating everything from aquatic invertebrates and insects, to fish, to even pond weeds and algae, so they have a pretty diverse diet out here.
So through the power of filmmaking magic, this is actually not the day we're out here looking for turtles, but we were able to come across this little guy. This is a neonate painted turtle. Take a look at that guy, he's so cute.
Isn't he adorable?
And you can see, you guys have seen the adult version, but the babies have that brilliant coloration. Oh, look at his little mouth open. You're gonna bite us, aren't you?
Oh,
Aren't you?
Sorry, buddy.
Now take a look at that. I'm gonna flip him up really gently. You see, even as a baby, this guy couldn't be more than 3 weeks old. And he already has all those beautiful colors that give the painted turtle its name. And we can tell he's a little boy one. See how long his tail is? Check that out.
Look at that.
The male turtles will typically have longer tails, and you guys will see that in the adults as well.
Now, talk about what kind of predators this guy might be facing in the environment.
Sure. So as an adult terrapin, these guys really aren't being preyed on by much.
That's right.
But as a little baby like this, these guys will be eaten by bullfrogs, herons, largemouth bass will actually take these guys. Pretty much anything larger than this guy could be deemed as a potential predator, but we certainly are not. We love these little guys. So we're gonna give this guy a bit of a release now, but that is an awesome little species and one that you don't see very often in this form.
Awesome, so let's give him a release.
Let's do it. Check this out. Watch how fast he retreats into those reeds.
And off he goes. So guys, we totally understand how tempting it can be for an amateur wildlife enthusiast to take a species like the eastern painted turtle out of the wild and bring it home as a pet. But unfortunately, this can be very stressful for wild animals. It's very detrimental to their health. It can even cause them to die. So what we ask you guys to do is, if you see them in the wild, have an interaction with them while you're there and make sure that you're giving them as much care and caution as you can.
That being said, this is definitely a species that we would deem absolutely safe for anyone out there to go and find on their own.
That's right.
If you are lucky enough to come across an eastern painted turtle in the wild, you have absolutely nothing to fear. As long as you wash your hands after you're done and keep those hands away from their mouth, you are in no danger whatsoever, and they're an animal that is a lot of fun for young kids and their parents to come out and have an interaction with. So we would love to encourage you guys to go out, explore your local environments, and try and catch a little turtle like this. But as always, give these guys the respect they deserve and leave them in the wild where they belong.
We hope you guys enjoyed learning about the eastern painted turtle in this episode. And as promised, we're going to give her a bit of a release now. She's been an excellent sport. What's up? You want to tell me something? Okay. Wow, what a great idea! She says that you guys should leave a like on this video and subscribe now to the Wildlife Brothers so that you don't miss any of our exciting content that we have planned coming out very soon. Alright.
Wait, she told you something?
Yeah, she's a very smart little turtle. Alright, let's get her back in the wild now.
Okay then.
Bye, sweetheart!
Bye, little one.